Hello class, and welcome to our video on the Music Artist Project, and specifically page 2. Okay, so what you can see on the screen are the introduction and the directions for this part of the Music Artist Project. So let's take a look. Okay, at the top we have the introduction. It says this assignment is part 2 of the Music Artist Project. For this part of the project, you will add a new page to your Music Artist program named about.html. This page will serve as a musical history of the artist or band that you chose. You will be using an ordered list to present chronologically the artist or band's album/single releases or significant tour dates. Okay, now in the directions. It says create a new page in the Music Artist program in CodeHS named about.html. This page of the program should include the following. Okay, and the first bullet point says an appropriately named heading for the page using either an H1 or an H2 tag. Okay, so let's work on that first. So if we go out to CodeHS and we open up our sandbox, we want to go into our programs and find the Music Artist Project, okay, that we started and we did page number 1 with already. I have mine opened up, okay, so if you remember, yours should look something similar to mine. Yours will be a little bit more completed and filled out, but this is the framework that I gave you in the last video to help you out with it. Okay, now as you open up the Music Artist project, you want to make sure that you switch over to Code View. Okay, so right here where it says switch to Code View in the middle of the screen, you want to click on that first. Okay, and that's going to put the coding section of this project in a format that we're more familiar with. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now we need to add a new page to this program. So we need to go over to the left of CodeHS. And you see this little blue button that has an arrow sort of pointing to the right. You want to click on that little button. Okay, so once you click on the button, then it's going to show the pages that you've added so far to the program. And we need to add a new one. So we're going to go and we're going to click on the new button right here. And then we have to name the file. So what we're going to name it, like it told us in the instructions, is about.html. So about.html. We need to click on the blue add button, and that'll add our new page. Okay, so once we have that new page, we first need to put in all our basic tags. Okay, so $! Exclamation mark, doc type in all caps, space HTML greater than sign, enter. Then we have our HTML tags, opening and closing. We hit enter, make a space in between them. Okay, then we do our head tag, opening and closing, make a space in between. We have to put in our title tags. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my title in right now because that is another step that we'll have to do. You can name your page whatever you would like. Okay, it could be the name of the artist, the name of the band. You could put their songs, whatever you would like in the title. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to keep it Music Artist. You can name yours whatever you would like. Okay. Then we need to click to the right of our closing head tag and put in our opening and closing body tag and put a space in between. Okay, so those are our basic tags. We need to get those in just to set up our web page so that we can start to add things to it. Okay, now that first bullet point said that we needed to have an appropriate name or a heading on our page, and we need to use an H1 or an H2 tag. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an H1 tag, and I'm going to say, what do I want to call it? Band history. Okay, band history. You need to make your H1 tag specific to your band or your artist. Okay, you don't have to use the word history. You can make it whatever you want. I'm just putting this in here to show you how the coding would work. Okay, so now let's run it. Okay, and what you'll notice is we don't have any links, so we need to add our links to both our about page and our index page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to the left of my opening H1 tag. Okay, I'm going to go back into that blank space that I just created by hitting the enter button. Okay, here I'm going to put in a link to my home page. So $, letter A, space, href, equals quotation mark, and then we need to type index.html. Move to the right of the quotation marks and put in a greater than sign. Okay, and what we can do is we can type home right there. Okay, so now I'm going to click all the way out to the right of this line of code, hit enter, and I'm going to do the same thing, a space href equals quotation mark, but this time I'm going to make the link work to take me to the about page, about.html, greater than sign. Okay, you could use the word about. I might say history. Okay, whatever you want to name your links is totally up to you. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these lines of code and I'm going to copy them. So I'm going to select them, and I'm going to right click, copy, come back to the index page, okay, and right here after my opening body tag I'm going to make a space so it'll be right above your H1 or your H2 tag, and this is on the index page. I want you to paste what we just copied. Okay, and this is going to put both links on both pages, and that's a requirement for this part of the project. I want to see 2 links on both of your pages. So now I'm going to run it. Okay, now there's my home page. If I click it, I stay on the home page. But if I click on history, now I go to that about page that I just created. Okay? So that is the first couple things that we need to do. Okay, so let's go back to our directions. Okay, an appropriately named heading for the page using either an H1 or H2 tag, check, we did that. Second bullet point, background color. Okay, so we got to add some background color. We've already done this. Okay, make sure you're back on your about.html page. You want to click it over here on the left. Okay, and we need to go into that opening body tag. So we click to the right of the Y and to the left of the greater than sign that closes that tag. Okay, we're going to type body style equals quotation mark background. Don't forget the G in background. Dash color colon. You can choose whatever background color you would like. For this page, I'll do. What do I want to do? I'll do yellow. Close your quotation mark. Okay, save it, run it. Check to make sure that your background color is in the page. Okay, so we have that. You can choose whatever background color you would like. Okay, now an appropriately named title in between the opening and closing head tags. We've already done that. That's what we did right here in our title tags. So we're good with that. Okay, relative links to the index and about pages at the top of both pages. We did that. Okay, we put all of our links in. Okay, so we're on to our last bullet point. Okay, it says 5 key events. And you're gonna have to go out and you're gonna have to find 5 key events that have occurred in your artist or your band's history. Okay, these could be dates that albums or singles were released, tours started, or awards were won. Okay, really whatever you want to put in there that are significant to your artist or your band, that's fine with me. Okay, so the 5 key dates you choose need to be presented using an ordered list. Please provide the dates of the event along with a brief description. Okay, so 1 or 2 complete sentences. Arrange the events chronologically. What do I mean by chronologically? It means that you either start at the earliest date and work your way up to the latest date, or if you want to start at the latest date, meaning the most recent, and work your way back in time to the earliest date, that's fine. But I want to see them in sequence. Okay, I want to see them in order. You can either start at the most recent and go back to the oldest, or if you want to start at the oldest and go forward into the most recent, that's totally fine. I have an example here for you. Okay, so I chose the Beatles. Probably have heard of them. Pretty famous band from the 60s, 70s, and still fairly famous here even in 2021. Okay, so I went through and I found some significant dates that related to Beatles history. Okay, so I found the actual month and the year that the event occurred, and then I gave a little description of what that event was. Notice how I put them in order. Okay, so I started at my list at the earliest date. So I go back to January 1963, then I move into February 64, August of 64, June of 67, April of 1970. Okay, so you need to keep your dates in order as well. Okay, so we need to put these items in an ordered list out in our project. So what we need to do is we need to click to the right of our closing H1 tag, hit enter, and we need to put in the ordered list tag, O and then the letter L. Okay, I know that looks like the number 1, but it is not. It is the letters O and the letter L. Close the tag with the greater than sign. Notice how the closing tag automatically appears. Okay, and we'll hit enter. Okay, then we need to put in a list item tag, so the letters L and I. Okay, and then this is where you would put date and event. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this and sign. I'm going to type it out. Date and event number 1. Okay, so that would be the first item in your list. You would then move out to the right of the closing LI tag, hit enter, and you would do it again. And this would be date and event number 2. Okay, it's going to be the same process. Enter, LI tag, date and event number 3. LI tag, date and event number 4. And then one more time because we need to have 5 events. So date and event number 5. Okay. So now let's save it, run it, click your history link or your about link, whatever you named it, and then this is what your page should look like. Now obviously date and event number 1, that'll be filled in with an actual date specific to your band or your artist, and then a little description of what that event was. Okay, why is it significant to their history? Okay, so I hope that this helps with this part of the project. Once you get the ordered list in, you are good to go. You want to save it. You want to click the share button, copy your link right here, and then submit your link into Canvas for credit. If you have questions about this part of the project, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to help, and I'll see you next time.